In this video, I'm going to show you how you can practice with your letter cards at home and with your blending pages. We're going to start with our letter cards. These are going to help you remember and practice what the name of the letter is, what the sound of the letter is, and this picture is a good word that starts with this letter. Especially if you forget the sound that the letter A makes, for example. You would say apple. What do you hear at the beginning of apple? That's the sound the letter A makes, a. So this is how this card would work. You would trace with your finger. Please don't use a pencil or this is going to get all messy, and we want to be able to use this every single day if we have to practice. We're gonna say A, and I'm putting my finger to start where this number 1 is, because that's the first line that I'm gonna make. So I slide down as I'm saying A, apple, a. And then over here, I start by the number 1, and I curve around, up and down. C, cat, D, dog, D. G, goat, G. Start by that number 1. O, octopus, ah. S, sandwich. As we learn more and more letters, we'll add those to our letter cards, and by the end of the year, you will have a full stack of the whole alphabet that you can use to practice over and over, even in the summertime. This is a blending page. In school, we are going to do blending pages. I have the big book that has these pages really big so that everybody can see them. But I'm also gonna send one home with you every week. And your job will be to practice these at home. It's not gonna take you very long at all to do this and your letter cards. It might only take you 5 minutes. It might take you 10 minutes, but that's not long at all, and it's really good practice every day so you don't forget these letter sounds. And now we're starting to put these letter sounds together. So sometimes that can be tricky, so we practice. So on the first day of the week, lunes, on Monday, you would do line 1 at your house, okay? And we'll also be doing it at school. That's kind of the secret. So to do the blending, you start by chopping, and then you stretch out the sounds and blend it back together. So it would sound like this. As. Do you notice how I'm using my finger? I'm touching each letter as I chop and make that sound. And then when I stretch it out and blend it together, I slide my finger. I'm gonna do the next one. Sa. Wait a second. That's not the letter O in the sound ah. If you make a mistake, friends, just try it again. There's no problem with trying again. Ack. Yeah, that sounds better. Ag. Ack. All right. If there were any letters up there that I had forgotten and I just did not know the sound, well, I could go back to my letter cards. So when I said this was ah, and then my brain was thinking, no, that's not ah, I could have gone back to my letter cards, found this letter, and said apple, This letter says ack. So that's how we can use the cards and our blending together. So now let's say it is Tuesday or martes. you would do line 1 and line 2. So let me show you what that would sound like. As, as. S, a, sa. Ak, ak. Ag, ag. Ak, ak. Ag, ag. K, ka. D, a, da. G, a, ga. D, a, da. Look at that, and I would be done with my practicing for the day. Then on miércoles or Wednesday, you would do line 1, 2, and 3. You should be getting really good at these ones because you've been practicing them every day. And then we add in another line. And then on jueves, you would do 1, 2, 3, and line 4. And then on viernes, you would do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then on Fridays, I'm going to check and see how you're doing with all of these. And if we need any more work on letters, this is how I'm going to find out which letters we need practice on more and more. And then when you come back to school on the next Monday, you will get a new blending page, okay? So that's how the blending pages work and your letter cards.